Inside the beast, Lamborghini's V12 Screamer in detail. 1. The legend lives on and origins of a masterpiece. In the world of high-performance automobiles, few sounds command reverence like this. A guttural scream. A 12-cylinder symphony. A mechanical opera of fire and fury. This is the Lamborghini V12. It isn't just an engine. It's a legacy. A war cry. A promise of unrelenting speed forged by defiance, fueled by passion, and engineered to be unforgettable. For over 6 decades, this engine has been the pulsing, fire-breathing heart of Lamborghini's most extreme creations. From the seductive curves of the Miura to the raw aggression of the Countach, from the hellfire Diablo to the raging Aventador and now the futuristic Revuelto, Lamborghini's V12 is the soul of the bull. But where did it all begin? Why did Lamborghini choose the V12? And what makes this engine so legendary? Let's take you inside the beast, into every gear, piston, valve, and flame-spitting breath of the engine that made Lamborghini an icon. 1. The birth of the bull and the V12. In 1963, Ferruccio Lamborghini, a self-made industrialist and tractor manufacturer, did something unthinkable. He challenged Enzo Ferrari. Frustrated with the reliability of his Ferrari road car and dismissed by Enzo himself, Lamborghini decided to build a better GT car, more refined, more comfortable, yet no less thrilling. But he didn't just want to build a luxury coupe. He wanted to create something extraordinary. And extraordinary starts at the heart, the engine. 2. Gaotto Bizzarrini, the mastermind behind the roar. Ferruccio needed an engine worthy of his ambition. So, he hired one of the best minds in Italian engineering, Gaotto Bizzarrini. Bizzarrini had worked for Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, and he wasn't just an engineer. He was an artist, obsessed with performance, balance, and sound. What he designed was nothing short of revolutionary, a 3.5-liter V12 engine that could rev to 9,000 RPM, in an era when most road cars barely touched 6,000. Originally built for racing, Bizzarini's V12 was over-engineered for a road car. It had quad overhead camshafts, 6 Weber carburetors, all aluminum construction, dry sump lubrication. It was a racing engine disguised as a GT motor, refined later to suit road use but always with that razor-sharp DNA. This was Lamborghini's statement. We're not here to play second fiddle to Ferrari. We are here to lead. 3. 350 GT, the engine's first stage. In 1964, the Lamborghini 350 GT debuted with a detuned version of Bizzarini's masterpiece. Power? 280 horsepower. Displacement? 3.5 liters. Top speed? 155 miles per hour, blistering for the time. Smooth, powerful, and surprisingly civil, the 350 GT stunned critics. It wasn't raw like a Ferrari. It was elegant and composed. Yet beneath its polished demeanor, the V12 hummed with untapped fury. This engine didn't just power a car. It powered a revolution. 4. Miura, the V12 goes mid-engine. In 1966, Lamborghini shocked the automotive world again, with the Miura. The first mid-engine road-going supercar. The beginning of the modern supercar era. And at its core, the now enlarged 4.0-liter V12, nestled behind the driver, sideways. This configuration didn't just change how Lamborghini cars performed, it changed how they felt. The howl of the V12 was no longer in front of you. It was behind your head, screaming, roaring, alive. Producing 350 to 385 horsepower, the Miura pushed boundaries. Top speed? 170 plus miles per hour, utterly insane for the late 60s. The Miura wasn't just fast. It was art. And the V12 was its voice. 5. The sound of fury, early V12 acoustics. The early Lamborghini V12 didn't just sound good, it sounded like war. It had a naturally balanced firing order, every cylinder perfectly timed. That, paired with individual throttle bodies and tuned exhausts, gave it that signature howl. From idle growl to redline wail, it was music composed by mechanical perfection. Ferruccio once said, "The engine is the heart of a car. And if it does not stir the soul, then it has failed." The V12 succeeded, spectacularly. Chapter 6, continuous evolution, Countach development. As Lamborghini pushed forward into the 1970s, the V12 evolved. Displacement grew, first to 5.0 liters, then 5.2 and beyond. It became more brutal, more aggressive, more rebellious, just like the car it powered, the Countach. This was no longer the elegant touring V12. This was a brawler, tuned for torque, sound, and outrageous performance. And yet, the DNA remained the same. Carburetors, mechanical precision, and that signature Lamborghini scream. 7. 2000s power surge, Murciélago and VVT V12s. The year was 2001. The world had changed. So had Lamborghini. Now under the wing of Audi, the company stood at a crossroads. Would it retain its wild, unruly spirit? Or would the Germans tame the bull? The answer came in the form of pure fire, the Murciélago. A name derived from a legendary fighting bull that survived 24 sword strikes. Fitting, because this new Lamborghini not only survived the corporate transition, it roared into a new era with thunder in its chest. At its core was a heavily revised version of the original Lamborghini V12. Still the same Bizzarrini architecture, yes. But bigger, smarter, and more brutal. 6.2 liters. 580 horsepower. And for the first time ever in a Lamborghini V12, variable valve timing. That made power delivery smoother, more intelligent. It brought the V12 into the modern age while keeping the soul intact. It retained the classic 60-degree V-angle, DHC layout, dry sump system, all aluminum block. But now it had modern electronics, better cooling, improved lubrication, and emissions controls that didn't kill the fun. This was the V12 reborn. By 2006, the Murciélago LP640 arrived, longitudinally posterior, denoting the longitudinal mid-rear engine layout. Power climbed to 640 horsepower, and the top speed broke 211 miles per hour. In its final form, the Murciélago LP670-4 SV, Lamborghini's swan song of the 2000s V12 era, screamed to 8,500 RPM and produced 670 horsepower. It was raw. It was visceral. And it was still, unmistakably, Lamborghini. 8. The modern RAW, Aventador and the L539 V12. In 2011, Lamborghini unveiled its next crown jewel, the Aventador. Named after another legendary bull, this beast wasn't just a new car, it introduced an entirely new V12 engine, codenamed L539. For the first time since 1963, Lamborghini built a V12 from scratch. This wasn't just evolution. It was revolution. Let's talk numbers. 6.5 liters of displacement. 700 horsepower at launch. 509 pound-foot of torque. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. It featured high-pressure direct injection, compact, lightweight construction, more efficient dry sump system, electronically controlled variable intake and exhaust. But here's the kicker, no turbochargers, no hybrid assist. Just 12 cylinders, perfectly balanced, screaming through titanium valves. And the sound? Like a fighter jet breaking the sound barrier in a cathedral. The Aventador was built around this engine. The carbon fiber monocoque, pushrod suspension, active aerodynamics, all centered on showcasing the V12 in its purest form. As the years progressed, so did the V12. Aventador S, 2016 740 horsepower, four-wheel steering. Aventador SV, 2015 750 horsepower, lighter chassis. Aventador SVJ, 2018 770 horsepower, Nürburgring lap record holder. Each version became more brutal, more sophisticated, and more outrageous, just as a Lamborghini should be. This V12 was the last of a dying breed, naturally aspirated, non-hybrid, and untamed. And it went out with a bang. The Aventador Ultimi, the final form, delivered 780 horsepower and a red line that made your spine tingle. It was Lamborghini's love letter to pure combustion. 9. Technical breakdown, anatomy of the V12 engine. Let's go under the skin. Let's dissect the beast. The Lamborghini V12 is a mechanical masterpiece. Let's examine what makes it special. 1. Cylinder arrangement and balance. Lamborghini uses a 60-degree V-angle, the ideal layout for a V12. Why? Because it offers perfect primary and secondary balance. There's no need for balance shafts. The engine runs silky smooth, even at 9,000 RPM. Each cylinder fires every 60 degrees of crankshaft rotation, creating a rapid, rhythmic pulse. It's this harmony that gives the V12 its trademark sound. 2. Displacement and bore stroke. The V12 has evolved from 3.5 liters to 6.5 liters over the decades. Early engines had an over-square design, large bore, short stroke, for high RPM. Later versions increase stroke for more torque without sacrificing revs. The 6.5 LL539 has a bore of 95 mm and stroke of 76.4 mm, perfect for high revving performance and power density. 3. Heads and valve train. Each bank of 6 cylinders features double overhead camshafts, DOHC. 4 valves per cylinder, 48 total. Titanium intake and exhaust valves, in SVJ variants. Variable valve timing, VVT, on both cams for better low-end torque and high-end power. This allows the engine to breathe efficiently from idle to redline, and that's critical when your goal is to make power across the entire rev range. 4. Induction and fuel delivery. Earlier V12s used 6 Weber carburetors. Then Bosch fuel injection. Today, high-pressure direct and port fuel injection. This dual setup on the L539 increases power, improves throttle response, and reduces knock. 5. Lubrication and cooling. Because the engine is mid-mounted and high-revving, Lamborghini uses a dry sump lubrication system. Keeps oil pressure stable during cornering. Lowers engine mounting height. Improves center of gravity. Cooling is managed through dual-side intakes and a smart active system that redirects airflow based on heat load and engine speed. 6. Crankshaft and sound engineering. The forged steel crankshaft is perfectly counterbalanced. But more importantly, Lamborghini tunes every exhaust and intake pipe length to create that iconic sound. The V12's exhaust isn't just loud. It's musical. Each pulse is timed and harmonized to resonate through titanium pipes and carbon fiber plenums. It's not just physics. It's art. From the very first 3.5L unit in the 350 GT to the thunderous L539 in the Aventador Ultimi, Lamborghini's V12 has become more than just a machine. It's the embodiment of madness and mastery, of engineering and emotion, of speed and soul. But the story doesn't stop here. The question is, can the beast survive the future?